know you. I know you.
Shut up. Shut up.
I know you.
Ain't no mystery about here.
I know you though. I know you though.
Shut up.
I know you.
Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His going to prison. If you got.
I said a while ago when T.I.'s son King was getting a lot of flack and a lot of heat in the media, that to me he just looked like a young kid that wanted to prove to his father that he was a man too.
When Tiny Harris put her signature on those divorce papers, it wasn't just the end of a marriage. It was a public declaration that the Harris family's cracks had finally shattered. From the outside, they looked unshakable. Decades together, reality TV smiles, music success, kids raised in the spotlight. But behind closed doors, the fights, the scandals, and one son's reckless choices had been eating away at the foundation. And when King Harris spiraled into the headlines, Tiny decided she wasn't going to keep holding the pieces together. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because this story isn't just about one family's drama, it's about the cycles, secrets, and shocks that keep everyone talking, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.
Hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas? His going to prison. If you got to keep this up, his going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had the conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
Tiny didn't sneak away quietly. She filed, and that filing hit harder than any rumor. For her, it was a line in the sand. She was tired of covering for T.I., tired of watching her family's name dragged through chaos, and tired of pretending everything was fine while her son's mistakes turned into internet punchlines. To her, the paperwork wasn't just about ending a marriage, it was a statement. She was done playing the loyal partner while watching her household fall apart. But a divorce isn't born overnight. It was years in the making. The truth is, this wasn't the first time their marriage had been under pressure. Cheating rumors, public disputes, and stretches of icy silence had long been part of the Harris story. Every time, Tiny forgave or looked past it. But forgiveness has limits. And when King started racking up headlines for all the wrong reasons, those old wounds came roaring back. She looked at her husband and saw not a protector, not a guide, but someone shrugging off responsibility. That was the breaking point, because if T.I. couldn't stand with his son when the world turned against him, who was he really standing with? And then came the night that changed everything.
I need you to step out the vehicle.
What you want to do? You want to take my dad off my head?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
It's guns in here.
All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You got to take it.
There's no safety.
Take
Okay.
it out.
Well, I'm not going to mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here.
King's BMW rolled out of a gas station, nearly clipping a police cruiser. In seconds, officers were at his window. They claimed they smelled weed, spotted a weapon, and pulled up a name already tied to an old warrant. Cameras caught it all.
Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. I'm gonna be at the church. Alright, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure of this.
Just take the step to the side for me.
King, usually brash, suddenly calm, trying to keep the lid on a situation already boiling over. The footage leaked and the internet swarmed. For fans, it was confirmation of what they'd long suspected. King wasn't just playing gangster online, he was living it. For Tiny, it was humiliation. And for T.I., it was a chance to distance himself instead of defend. That's when the marriage truly started to unravel. But this wasn't King's first crash out moment. Before the arrest, King's reputation was already hanging by a thread.
To make him look better, he said it he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Tip used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the
You
fight.
cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath.
Every day.
I know you. I know you. You catch it. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Shut up. Shut
I
up.
know you.
Ain't no
Though.
mystery about here.
I know you though. I know you though.
Shut up.
I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business.
The Waffle House meltdown showed a side of him that fans couldn't ignore, screaming at employees over pickles, flexing money, and tossing insults like he had something to prove. For the internet, it was proof he wasn't a misunderstood kid, but a spoiled one.
This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. That file show. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here.
The video racked up views, and with every replay, the Harris name took another hit. Then came the NFL game. Cameras caught a tense exchange between father and son, with King insisting he never grew up privileged. T.I. shot back, correcting him in front of the crowd. Voices rose, faces tightened, and fists nearly flew. The footage spread instantly, fans split, some praising T.I. for checking his son, others accusing him of humiliating King instead of guiding him.
So motherfucking 12 pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Somebody got to raise their hand.
I've been seeing him around too here a lot.
You gonna raise your own hand?
I've been seeing him around too.
Huh?
Well, when you got drugs, it ain't.
I know that.
Y'all got drugs around those legal guns.
That called
It's not legal.
possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony. Thank you.
For Tiny, each viral moment wasn't just an embarrassment, it was a warning. Every time King blew up in public, she saw him drifting further from safety and further from the father who should have been steering him. And the worst part? She knew the world was only seeing a fraction of what was really happening at home. And that dynamic only got more complicated when fatherhood came calling for King himself.
He just became a father, so I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
On November 5th, at 8:09 a.m., King's life changed forever. He became a father. Instead of chaos, he posted pride. Photos with his newborn, late-night rants about no sleep, and a song called Dear Son, a promise to be present, to do better. For the first time, fans glimpsed a King who wanted responsibility. He spoke about bottles, midnight walks, and a new kind of grind.
Like, King, I know you tired, you ain't getting no sleep, and the truth be told, before this little I ain't been getting no sleep, you know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle, lifestyle just life, you know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And, he like to walk around the house. So
it looked like he was ready to grow up. Tiny was hopeful, finally seeing her son step into the role she'd begged him to embrace. But the internet has no mercy. Even as King bragged about fatherhood, the arrest footage circulated again, dragging him back into the narrative of recklessness and wasted opportunity. To some, it didn't matter what he posted, his past defined him. Tiny watched her son trying to climb, only to be pulled back down by shadows, and she watched her husband keep his distance, almost ashamed of the boy he once raised. That contradiction broke her heart more than any headline ever could. And the louder life got for King, the more rumors started swirling around the whole family. Once the divorce filings hit the gossip sites, the internet went into overdrive. Some claimed Tiny had finally snapped over King's troubles, pointing to her husband's cold detachment as the last straw. Others swore it was infidelity. years of cheating rumors finally crashing down. And still others pointed fingers at King himself, calling him the reason the marriage crumbled. The blogs also ran with speculation about King's relationship, especially with his girlfriend, nicknamed Big Nana. Photos, whispers about her age, and wild theories about motives became clickbait. For Tiny, it wasn't just messy, it was cruel. Her family's private struggles were reduced to hashtags and headlines. Through it all, Tiny's resolve hardened. She wasn't going to stay married to someone who turned family pain into public silence. She wasn't going to let people blame her son while his father stood in the background like a critic instead of a parent. Filing for divorce wasn't weakness. It was a refusal to keep living inside the blame game. But beneath the gossip was a deeper story, one about legacy, reflection, and cycles repeating themselves. For T.I., his past gave him credibility. Jail stints, street stories, and a reputation forged in survival. But for King, repeating those steps didn't come with respect. It came with ridicule. Fans saw his antics as imitation, not authenticity. Tiny understood the difference. She knew King wasn't trying to live his story. He was reliving his father's. That's why it hurt when T.I. disowned King after his arrest. To Tiny, he wasn't just turning his back on a son. He was rejecting his own reflection. Every mistake King made was one T.I. had once survived. The difference was that T.I. had people who stood by him, while King had a father ready to walk away. That's why Tiny couldn't do it anymore. She refused to let her son be punished for being too much like his father. To her, breaking the marriage was the only way to break the cycle. But this wasn't just about one son. T.I.'s history with women had always been part of the family's storm. The Harris marriage had long been shadowed by rumors of T.I.'s wandering eye. Whispers of late-night appearances, women on the side, and receipts that occasionally surfaced left Tiny in a cycle of hurt and forgiveness. She stayed. She defended him. She forgave. But every rumor left a scar. When King spiraled, those scars became harder to ignore. Tiny asked herself, how could a man who demanded endless forgiveness from his wife refuse to forgive his own son? To her, it revealed a double standard too glaring to overlook. She had carried him through cheating rumors, legal issues, and public embarrassment. Yet when King embarrassed the family, T.I. acted like the boy was disposable. That was the breaking point. To Tiny, the marriage wasn't just broken, it was hypocritical. And she wasn't going to spend another decade cleaning up after contradictions. And in a family this big, King wasn't the only child who showed how wide the divide had grown. The Harris family is large, and each child tells a different story. Domani carved out his own music career, thoughtful and respected for his lyricism. Deja, admired for her openness, spoke bravely about mental health, earning empathy and support. Major became known as the calmer one, the kid who stayed out of trouble and out of headlines. Even Zanique, Tiny's daughter from a previous relationship, built a steady career and life of her own. Compared to his siblings, King became the wild card, the one whose name trended for fights, arrests, and arguments instead of accomplishments. To Tiny, that contrast made everything clear. Her children weren't doomed by fame. Some thrived, some stumbled. But King's fall, she believed, wasn't just his fault. It was the result of a father who had been inconsistent, distant, or too proud to guide him the right way. The more she looked at the difference between King and his siblings, the more she realized the truth. This wasn't just about one troubled son. It was about a husband who failed to be the steady hand every child needed. And that realization made the divorce feel less like an ending, and more like the only possible beginning. Tiny's decision to file wasn't just about betrayal or frustration. It was about survival. It was about drawing the line between the man she married and the family she wanted to preserve. King's troubles may have been the spark, but the fire was years in the making. From T.I.'s past infidelities to the contrast between each of their children, the cracks were everywhere. Now the world is left watching a family with everything: fame, fortune, legacy. Fight to hold onto the one thing money can't buy: stability. Whether they find it apart or together, one truth remains: this story isn't finished. And every new headline will decide if the Harris name stands for success, or for cycles no one was strong enough to break. Who do you think's gonna be the next person in the limelight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see y'all on the next one.